Welcome back. This is Chili Davis, and I'm back to another video. I want to welcome back all my subscribers and all my new viewers. This is a channel where we talk about my top stocks, and we also talk about dividend stocks. If you're new, please click the subscribe button, and please like the video. Also, share friends and family, and share on your Facebook, Twitter, or your Instagram. Okay, Tesla did report earnings today. Tesla did have Q3 earnings today. If you want to hear the call, you can go to ir.tesla.com, and you can listen to the call and hear what Elon said about the current quarter and the forecast for the rest of the year and see how much profit did they make for the quarter. Also, you can download this shareholder deck, and it will give you all the great highlights of the Q3 2022 quarter, such as financial, operational, vehicle capacity. So we talked about that in my last video about how many vehicles they delivered and versus how many vehicles they produced. So there's the good news. You got all that great information about Tesla in Q3. Looks like free cash flow of $3.3 billion in Q3, 2.2 billion increase in our cash and marketable securities in Q3, $21 billion. Okay, so this is third quarter of 2022. And again, you can come here to ir.tesla and hear all the great financial news about the quarter, earnings per share, etc., and read the slide deck, or listen to Elon talk about the quarter as well. You can check out on YouTube as well. Benzinga has Tesla's Q3 earnings call. Listen to Elon and hear what he had to say about the quarter as well. But yeah, it was a interesting day for Tesla. The stock on the day was up 0.84%, so almost 1%. And then after hours, after earnings, the stock did sell off. Okay, 6.25% is down after hours. Again, earnings per share, they did beat 4.98%, but they did miss on revenue. Okay, so that's the news. So stock sold off after hours, back to a low of 208. We saw it last week as low as 204. Okay, so we saw last week stock, let's see, last week around October 14th, the stock dropped as low as 204, and then it surged back up this week. We'll see what happens. Let's see the next couple days. We'll see if the stock either ticks up or ticks down after all the information is digested on Wall Street. Again, the Wall Street analysts, a couple of them grilled them today on the earnings call. And like I said, I think Tesla did deliver some good numbers, but they did miss on revenue. Tesla stock falls 5% after missing revenue, as we talked about briefly. Tesla reports strong profit in third quarter on soaring sales. So that's a good indicator. On the future, there's still a high demand of Tesla vehicles, okay? Also, there's some worry, concern that Elon will sell more of his own stock, so in order to purchase Twitter. Quite a bit going on. It says Elon must address his Twitter takeover, possible recession on Tesla's earnings call. So that's not good news. He didn't sound partially. If someone doesn't sound too often, then they say the word recession, that's not good. Okay. So Musk says he's excited about Twitter. So you can read all these articles here under the stock. If you just Google Tesla stock, you can reach all these articles. So that is the news today. Tesla had earnings, did miss on revenue, but did beat on earnings per share here, Q3 2022, quarterly financials. And like I said, you can get all these great details here on ir.tesla and click on the link. I mean, he talks about the vehicle software, the battery, solar, quite a few things, the volume, cash profits for the quarter, some of the product, and also as they ramp up the manufacturing in Austin, Texas. Remember, the original plant was in Fremont. Then they went to China, and then they opened up in Germany, the Berlin, Giga Berlin, and now they're ramping up in Texas as well. Okay, so this is the deal as we get Texas ramped up, Austin, Texas, and the Berlin plant ramped up, which are more efficient plants. Okay, so this is the best part about Tesla building these other plants is that they'll be more efficient and closer to their customers. Okay, so if you're in Europe, you'll get a car in the future from Berlin. If you're in the US, you'll get a car from Texas or even Fremont, California. And then if you're in China, of course, you'll probably get a car just from China. So again, you can check out all the details of the earnings and how the company is growing here on ir.tesla, and just download the shareholder deck. Okay, so that's great news for Q3. Again, Tesla missed on revenue, but they did beat on earnings per share, and cash flow is growing for the company. Now to my portfolio. The portfolio was down 3% today. Looks like we lost everything we gained earlier in the week. My top stock of the day was COP, or Conoco Phillips, up 2.86%. In second place was Ford. Ford was up 0.5%, and Delta Airlines, DAL, was up 1%. And then the Qs came in. The short QQ was up again. As we've seen a lot of red in the market, the shorting of the NASDAQ was up 2.74%. And also ACI, Albertsons Company, which is also looking into merging with Kroger. Albertson is a grocery store on the West Coast, looking to merge with Kroger on the East Coast. So that's the news on these top stocks. ACI, Qualcomm, Delta, Ford, and Conoco Phillips, again, surging over $121 per share. Okay, so these are the stocks that were my top stocks: Ford, Conoco Phillips, Delta, ACI, and the short of the QQQ. As the NASDAQ crashes, the short QQ goes up. And that's the news in my TD account. Also, here in the Robinhood portfolio was down 2.26%. Just about the same activity. Disney was up today 0.31%. Dollar General was up 0.33%. A third of a percent. CPXU, or the short, was up. The short of the S&P was up 3%. The UVXY, the volatility short, was up 2.21%. And again, as we talked about in the other portfolio, the SQQQ was up 2.81%. So those were the top performing stocks today. Let's take a look what happened on the news. As retailers feel crypto winter chill, institutional players heat up. So I guess they're saying more bigger banks are buying into crypto as it falls at a discount, and they can scoop up large swaths of it. MarketWatch reports Elon Musk pumps Tesla stock with $4 trillion target. Okay. Again, the stock did sink after the earnings, 5%. And what else? A penny stock today, Microvast, was up 40%. Again, I don't invest in penny stocks too often, but if you use Robinhood, they will sometimes share with you some of the top performing penny stocks. Benzinga reports Kathy Woods picks apart fetish hawkish policy. Okay, so Kathy Woods still is not happy with the Fed's decision to raise interest rates. What else? Consumer giants are winners as shoppers swallow price hikes. Okay, so as consumers still need to buy the goods and services they need, all these price hikes, cost is hurting the customer. And Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway closes $11 billion purchase of Allegheny Insurance. Okay. And Berkshire Hathaway A funds were down 1.94%. And yesterday's news, Netflix investors hit the buy button after Q3 earnings. Again, Netflix yesterday saw a surge of over 12%. That was the good news. Netflix, after earnings call yesterday, the stock surged over 13% as they introduced a new subscription level, and the stock rose. What else here? Okay, so what Netflix earnings beat tells us about the club holding Disney. Okay, so again, there's streaming wars. You have your Netflix group of people, and you have your Disney Plus. Now it's looking like the Netflix price has been reset, the share price, and looks like they're looking to charge for it with this new $6.99 ad model. And looks like Netflix may capture more new customers and expand its base. Okay, so that was the news. Again, Tesla did fall today after hours, and Netflix yesterday was up 13%. But Tesla after hours today falls over 6% as the Q3 earnings. Tesla misses on revenue, but does improve on earnings per share. So again, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share. If you'd like to get started in your investment journey today, please use my Robinhood link below. And everybody have a great week. Good night.